How are we all doing? So, as you can see, we had from yesterday, which we discussed. This week, we're expecting a lot of volatility in the markets, and that is due to the nature of what we expect this week, basically, as most of the major banks from the Fed to the European Central Bank to Bank of England, they would be having meetings towards the end of the year to discuss how they would move next year with their fiscal policy. And in with relation to the Bank of England, we expect them to at least start easing on the rate cuts because, first of all, inflation in the UK has already started to come down. And then when you have inflation when you have inflation rising, what do? We try to cut rates. But when inflation is dropping, guys, we increase the rate, and that is just to arrest that. But also with the US, they mentioned employment numbers, which we will be expecting this week, and is also very important because, okay, that's what would tell us the policy that the Fed will have going into next year. Are they going to cut rates? Are they going to leave rate the way they are? And then with the Japanese yen, we would discuss that in detail. I think there needs to be another video on that because it is quite very different from other markets in the sense that Japanese yen, most of its investors are from Japan. And most of its investors, like the biggest of its investors, is the Japanese government, which is quite different from all other currency pairs that we have. Because other currency pairs, we have the most investors coming from foreign markets and things like that. So it's quite odd. It's quite different. We will discuss that in detail in another video. But for today, let's get right into what we have to do. As you can see from yesterday, your USD kept pushing up higher. For me, I'm looking for a retracement. As I mentioned yesterday, I expect a retracement to come maybe after we grab this liquidity. Then I would look for some quick short-term positions, which would just be short. Remember, guys, we're taking a retracement trade, and in a because I mean, even the blind can see. This is our impulsive phase right now. And if you remember, I've been screaming. Euro USD swing wise is bullish, right? Euro USD swing wise is bullish, but fractally now we're bullish. So don't look for short unless you're looking for a retracement trade. And for retracement trade, you want to look for 1 to 2, 1 to 1.5, if that suits you, right? So something from around this 3 monthly open down to this area at least, and then maybe from there. But keep in mind, this is a bullish market, and all you want to look for are buys at the moment. And why is that? Because if you look at the dollar, also look at the dollar index, guys. The dollar index we've had that breakout, right? And in that breakout, if you look at this breakout, right, you can see the price action. We have this sideways movement from here to here, sort of like this, right, in this range, right? And now we broke out of it, we trade, and now we could just be looking for more lows. We have this liquidity high, this liquidity low rather, position here. We have our quarterly open position here, a nice area of demand that we're in. So for me, and also like with the US policy about them cutting rates and all of that, so we could see lower prices on the dollar, and this could be a reversal pattern, right? We had this consolidation, then we broke out and then retraced, and now we're just breaking down again. So that could be a reversal pattern that we need to keep an eye out for. And then maybe we would just add on to the dollar shorts. Now, if you want to add to dollar shorts, how do we do that? That's the most important question. First, the same thing we do, guys. The same thing we do every day. You wait for liquidity grab, and once you've seen that liquidity grab, you wait for that change of character. Once you've seen that change of character, you find an entry. Okay, so here we have liquidity high, here we have liquidity highs, here we have liquidity highs resting there. So I would wait for that retracement on the dollar and then get into those further short positions. But for me, I'm still looking for more downside on the dollar, at least for the foreseeable future. If we move on to GBP USD, as I discussed earlier, right, inflation might be easing. Inflation is easing in the UK, and that could mean bullish tendency for the pound, right? That could mean bullish tendencies for the pound. So and you can see like this is all about pricing in the market. You can see like, look at this phase, right? Although yes, we still have our swing high here and our swing low here. So for me, until the pound breaks above this quarterly open, I'm not interested in buying it. I was interested in buying it here, but not here, guys. You don't want to buy it's already too late. Like if you're not in this move, it's too late. Let it go. Right? You want to wait. You be patient, wait for your move, and then it's gonna happen. The market moves every day, so you just wait. Just be patient, guys, and we'll get the move that we're waiting for. It's almost the end of the year. Let's end the year on a bang. Let's end the year making some money. So just be patient, and we would do that. Next we have NU, guys. With NU for me at the moment, I'm still honestly, I'm sold. I'm still strongly sold on this pair. Still strongly sold on this pair because, okay, in as much as you can see the immediate structure, we had this supply owed the market and pushing market down lower. Supply has been in control, but now we've had the first supply being broken, right? We've had this high being broken because the highs have always been strong, but now the high has been broken, and now for me, okay, any pullback is just a retracement at this point. Any pullback is just a retracement, and then, oh sorry, that sounds redundant. But the point is, whatever kind of downward movement you're seeing on NU, for me, it's a retracement, and I have this ascending lows here that I'm targeting. I want this to be taken out, come into this strong area of demand right here. This sell before the buy up, right? Which took our liquidity to our left and broke structure. We also have liquidity resting above it in the form of this ascending lows. So for me, I'm just waiting one more push down, perhaps. Same thing I said yesterday, perhaps one more push down, right? If we get that, and then we get that change of character, maybe a V-shaped reversal, and then from there we just buy, because I'm very interested in buying this market. I want to milk this market. Same thing with gold, guys. I mean, this has been my favorite for this year. Honestly, gold has been my favorite for this year because you just wake up, you buy it, and then you go to sleep. The point is, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Don't try to call tops on this, because there's no top, right? We still have a lot of room to roam. Don't think because, oh, we've moved so amount, it cannot move again. No, that's not how the market works. That's not how things work. It can still move because it moves. And the point is, okay, now what we're looking for, same thing. You look for liquidity lows, you wait for that to be grabbed. As we have this as our strong area of demand, I would like this to be taken out. Honestly, I would like this to be taken out, because I feel like, okay, we left this. With gold, we know it doesn't always have to come back, but if it's willing to come back, then you don't need to be in a hurry. So we have this as our area of demand, because this is also a nice consolidation area. We have this as our area of demand, so I would wait for price to come into here, and then from there wait for that change of character, and I can start buying from there. I hope that makes sense. Okay. AUD USD, guys. AUD USD, we're in our impulsive phase, similar with NU, and all I'm just waiting for is the difference between this and NU is, with NU you can see it's clearly in a downtrend, and then we just started breaking the highs. Oh sorry, it was clearly in a downtrend, and now we started breaking the highs. AU has always been swing wise bullish, although we've been moving sideways for quite some time now, since September, but also we've been sideways, we've been bullish swing wise, and now we started to break these highs. So for me, all you just need to look for is higher prices on AU, and also due to their fiscal policies, right? So all you need to look for is higher prices on AU. And how are we looking for that? I'm looking for that with liquidity grabs, right? So I'm waiting for this low. I'm waiting for perhaps this low. I like this low also. I cannot see any clear area of demand to my left, but I can see all of these ascending lows. So we might grab some of this, maybe use the quarterly open as our support, and then we start pushing up from there. That would be nice to see. And then it would have been okay, we've grabbed liquidity, we're at the quarterly open, and then swing structure and fractal structure is working in our favor, and then we have fundamentals aligning too. So guys, this is what they call A plus setups. This is what they call A plus setups, right? And then the only thing that wouldn't be in our, sorry, a B plus, an A minus setup, because the only thing that wouldn't be in our favor would be the PVD, right? As we're trading in premium, and we usually want to buy at a discount and want to sell at a premium. But sometimes when the market is so bullish, you don't need to wait for that extreme pullback, because it might not come and you want to be a part of it. Okay, so with USD CHF, guys, as I said, this has been a range play, right? This has been a range play, and you can see the range from here to here, right? It has been beautiful. It gave us some entries last week and last 2 weeks, which is nice. But now I also told you guys, look at this look at these lows, look at this lows, look at this ascending lows, and then the underlying structure is bullish. So I'm not and because of the dollar, I'm not quite interested in taking a long from here. No, I'm waiting. I'm even more interested in taking shots right now on this pair, because I see this, I see this, and I see this, and I see this as open areas of liquidity that we can target. And I see this as open area of liquidity that we can target. So keep that in mind and keep an eye out for that. As you can see, we're bearish, and then now we're just making this ascending price correction, and if we break out to use the quarterly open as our resistance, we could target this. I'll target these lows and come and take all of this liquidity resting here that we left open behind. USD card, guys. Guys, same thing I said yesterday. We're looking for sells on this thing, but we're just waiting for that retracement, and I feel this would come with the news. We have this November unemployment data is coming out this week. I think today or tomorrow. I have to cross check that. I think today or tomorrow. You can check Forex Factory for that. You will find it there. So with that, we should expect volatility to come into the market. Maybe we get this swipe up into this area, into this 3 monthly area if it wants to get there, and then from there we could start selling. Okay, and then we finally with USD JPY. I mean, guys, just look for buys. This is an uptrend. You don't want to sell. This is beautiful as we're getting discounted prices now. We're coming down. You know, in an uptrend, you want discounted prices, and this is a strong area of demand that we're in. So I'm just waiting for that change of character. Once I see that change of character, I'm already in this market. Okay, so change of character is my last final piece of confidence for this, as we have everything moving in our direction the way we want. So guys, I wish you a wonderful day. I would work on that other video that I spoke about. Thank you for your time.